Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. So, jumping right into the astrology, right now we have Pluto in retrograde, and then we have a full moon in Scorpio on Monday. So, this time is really about deep introspection and closing out things that have been left undone. So, this is a big time for some soul searching and some really deep dives into those waters. So, if there's anything that you've been feeling like you need to clear up and clear out, a lot of those things may be coming up to the surface. Your dreamscape may be very telling. I know I've been having some crazy dreams. Um, and typically around this time, uh, particularly with full moons and retrogrades, especially with these two signs coming up, this is very, very much like deep subconscious work. So if there's some stuff that you feel has been sticky or lingering in your energy, it is probably bubbling up right now. So, but let's get into some tarot and some cards, see what's going on. So, Spirit, whew, surrender, big one. All right. So there may be some stuff going on within your life that is asking you to be versatile and mutable. Because oftentimes when the tides start to shift and change, especially when we're on a spiritual path, we can feel like we need to be holding on so tight to feel like we are in control, when in reality, they have the bigger picture of what's going on and what's going to be happening. And a lot of, I'm hearing chains may be broken. So old patterns, behavioral patterns, a lot of shifts around the way that you handle situations, fate. So just know that everything that is happening right now is being shaken up in order to bring you into your correct divine path and alignment. And outlaw also flipped out underneath that. So this is kind of like a rebel energy. This is going your own way and really feeling into the underpinnings of your divine truth and your specific life path that you came down here to really embody. So, and then we have trust at the bottom of the deck. So I'm really getting the feeling that a lot of you may be being asked to operate on divine faith. And I know that that can be hard sometimes, especially living here on Earth. But there seems to be something bigger for you. And it seems like the universe is asking you to close out a lot of stuff in order to reach this next level. Ew, got some fun stuff happening. All right out the gate, we have Three of Wands and Ace of Wands. We have the Ace of Swords. So we have two aces on the table. Spirit, what else is going on here? The Wheel. The Lovers. And the Hangman. Okay. And then we have the Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So I really feel as though you're getting a lot of cognitive downloads and a lot of ideas to implement moving forward. And I feel like this is really sparking your creative fire. And I see that the Three of Wands is asking you to move forward, perhaps on a path that you don't have a solid foundation of just yet. And you can see that there are two torches here. So this could also be, the Two of Wands. But I feel like you are leaving something behind, shedding out old cycles and really starting to hold this new vibration this new vibration that is asking you to be a phoenix and to be seen in a new light that you previously have not embodied. But I also feel like there is some karma that is being asked to be cleared up. And the reason why I say that is because the Wheel of Fortune is here. So I'm going to clarify these cards and kind of get a little bit more on what's going on here. Spirit, why is the Three of Wands here? Why is the Three of Wands here? Eight of Wands, wow, okay. Ace of Wands. Eight of Cups. Ace of Swords. Queen of Cups. The Wheel. Also getting something about 5D. Two of Cups. The Lovers. Why is the Lovers here? And the Hanged Man. With the Six of Pentacles. Okay, and then we have Death at the bottom of the deck here. So I'm kind of getting two different storylines. So we're going to start with, there's a lot of underpinnings here, and this can either go in one or two directions. And I'm seeing a love situation with a specific partner, but I'm also seeing a life path, and a lot of you are signing new contracts to help open up your field to be able to bring in new waves, new partnerships, new opportunities. So with the Three of Wands, it is clarified by the Eight of Wands. So I'm hearing that some of you may be struggling with moving forward on your path and needing some reassurance and confirmation that this is the right move to make. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I'm feeling this Hangman is a little bit of overthinking, and you feel stalled because when you make that move and when you put it into action, your whole world is going to start to change. And what you want is also wanting you. So I think a lot of you are in that in-between cycle of seeing the changes and feeling it within the body and knowing that the next step is actually implementing it into the 3D. But the confirmation is to move forward because we have the Eight of Wands here. This is a rapid forward moving card. And in order to do that, you are being asked to let go of something that used to bring you fulfillment and passion and happiness. And this may be a relationship for some of you, but this could also be a career, or a friendship or something, because you're being asked to walk away from something that you are comfortable in. But being comfortable also means that you are stalling your growth. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't be comfortable in your life. It just means that when we get too comfortable, then we don't make moves. And this is really a time where a lot of us are shifting and raising our vibration to really step into the 5D, to step into a whole new alignment that we have not embodied in our 3D world yet. And that can be scary. That can be something that is intimidating because we've never been here before. But really going your own way, making your own rules with this Outlaw card is really going to help bring you into a whole cycle of really fulfillment. We also have the Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck, which I love that because the Page of Cups it's not such a heavy energy. It's an energy of I'm able to dream and able to really tap into my imagination to bring things down into this realm. And I think that is very much needed. And he's kind of just thinking and dreaming of the When Pigs Fly card. I often find that our imagination holds so many glimmers and a lot of truths to what we want out of this life. And it's time to make magic. It's time to really create your dreams and to feel supported creating those dreams. So we have the Wheel of Fortune and we have the Two of Cups. So with this retrograde period, this could be tapping into wrapping things up with partnerships. If there's anything that you have felt like you haven't said, anything you feel like you have kind of been just ruminating on, now is the time to clear it. Clear it with communication, if you are in communication with this other energy, and really time to open up to having success and having the union, and to really understand that everyone came down here to live their own truth and they have their own assignments. And I think seeing that clearly and kind of stepping out of the ego a little bit is going to help soothe any of this past pain that you may have been harboring with a specific person or a specific job. Now I feel like a lot of you are really stepping into your power to be able to communicate clearly about what it is that you have gone through or what you have felt. And that alone is the exact assignment that they are wanting you to move forward with. And it's not easy, especially when we have been operating in, maybe you have been in a very self-sacrificing energy, very martyrdom energy, really thinking about, well, I'm not going to speak up because this may offend X, Y, and Z person. But now it's really about honing in on your inner truth and being able to communicate that from the heart. And those people who are here for the long haul and who are going to stick with you are going to respect that. And knowing that you have to have clarity and you have to have open communication with your closest people. Because if you don't, then those feelings are going to harbor and they're going to fester and resentment is going to build. And they are asking to have a whole new cycle of handling situations and handling any sort of turbulence in your life, because they really do want you to be in this Page of Cups energy. They want you to be in this wonder and awe and inspiration to really help fill your cup again and to play, have the wonder and go on the trips without having, a regimented structure. Get out of your routine. And it's interesting because I was doing a little bit of reading, and I've heard that the reason why time feels like it's moving so quickly is because we are moving in a routine daily. We're doing the same thing every day. But once we step out of our routine, we start to really feel into, time is an illusion, but we don't focus on how quickly time is passing or how little time we do have, because we are now really open to be able to feel and be able to start to do the things that we really want to do. And I think that they're really asking you to surrender and to open up to new opportunities. Really feel into what is going to be the best thing for you in this next abundance cycle. And the Hangman, we have the Six of Pentacles. So some of you may be trying to figure out if a collaboration is going to work out, if this is the right thing, if this is going to be the right opportunity for growth for the both of you. Because we do have the Six of Pentacles here with the Hangman, asking, is this path or is this connection going to be worth my while? And only you know the answers to that. And feeling into your gut intuitively to be able to hear what is going to work for you and what won't. Because no longer are we operating in a hasty fashion. Now we're really listening to the whispers of our intuitive nature and really opening up to those gifts that we all innately have. Some of us are just a little bit more tapped in, or some of us have honed in on them a little bit more. Speaking of the High Priestess, love it when they do that. So listening to the whispers of your inner High Priestess, your inner knowing, your inner seeing, your inner sight, to really forge forward and to visualize your future. And by doing that, you have to be present. You have to sit in stillness enough for you to be able to hear or to be able to sense or see, and knowing that you ultimately have all of the answers. You just have to ask and be open to the messages that you're receiving, because that will help you move forward. We have the Four of Wands twice. So going down the intuitive path, going down the healing path is going to bring success. Where you are helping others and using your gifts, that is going to bring you the ultimate success forward. And that's what we're here to do. And then we have the Hierophant. So this is a card of commitment, of spiritual authority. And this is also a card of, this could be traditions, but ultimately I see the Hierophant as a spiritual commitment. And technically the High Priestess and the Hierophant are a match in the tarot. So some of you may be tapping into a spiritual union or a spiritual connection with another person, whether that be in a love aspect of things or a platonic or a business partnership. That can very well be, the forward movement for you. So let's get some advice here. Spirit, what other advice is here for the collective at this time? Patience. I'm also seeing a map. Some of you may be traveling. Step back. Taking the observer route, being able to see things from a higher perspective. If some things that you have been doing are not working for you the way that they used to, now's the time to step back and reevaluate, especially with Pluto retrograde. And receive. Yeah, so some of you may be on the go a lot. Now it's time to pause where you can. and to really tap into that divine inner wisdom and see what's working for you and what isn't. Because we are entering into a whole new paradigm. And Saturn is going to be moving out of Pisces and into Aries. It will retrograde back into Pisces, but Saturn is about commitments and Aries is about that initiation and that power. So as Saturn moves into a new placement, it is going to really give us lessons about staying committed to our power, staying committed to our drive, and staying committed and learning the responsibilities of how to wield that power and how to be a superhuman. Because that's really what we are elevating into, is to be able to maneuver through this world with our abilities turned on and turned up, and to be able to wield these abilities for the good of humanity and to help elevate the consciousness. So, but thank you guys for being here with me. I will see you probably on Monday, and we'll talk about some of the Scorpio full moon that is right around the corner. But thanks, guys. Blessed be.